Hello. When we are working with reported speech, you have to deal with 4 types of sentences. You have to deal with statements, enunciativas, questions, interrogativas, commands, órdenes, and requests, peticiones. All of them have something in common, and that is that they all use reporting verbs, a different one, but reporting verbs, and that they usually change pronouns to third person and verbs to a previous one. Okay, those are the things that they have in common. Okay, when you are working with statements, you mainly work with 2 types of reporting verbs, which are said and told. The main difference is that when you use told, you have to include always the object, and when you use said, it's optional, but if you do, you have to include to before the object. Have a look at the example. I'm Spanish, Alex said. This is a statement. Alex said he was Spanish. Alex told us he was Spanish, or Alex said to us he was Spanish. Okay? As you see, I have changed this pronoun by he, and I have changed the tense from present, I'm Spanish, to past, was Spanish. It's very important that you realize that we don't always change verb tenses, and you have to pay attention that depending on the kind of sentence, what it implies, you can use other reporting verbs like suggested, warned, or advised. When you work with questions, you work with 2 types of questions. WH word, where do you live? And yes/no questions, are you from Madrid? A WH word question is the ones that start with where, who, what, a WH word. And a yes/no question are the ones that start with are you from, where, well, not where, but you use directly the auxiliary verb. Okay? It's important that you realize that they no longer have the structure of a question. You include the reporting verb, and then you use the structure of a statement. If you are dealing with a WH word, you just use the particle and the structure of a statement. And if it's a yes/no question, you have to include if in the question. Okay, if you do that, that's enough. Commands are the easiest type, and you have positive and negative. When it's a positive, you just include to. When you are working with a negative, you have to include not to, and you have the command in reported speech and in negative. The most difficult kind, it's when you work with requests, because they look like questions, but they are not really questions. So for example, can you drive? It's a question, because you are looking for an answer. Yes, I can drive, or no, I can't drive. But when you are making this question, can you help me? You are not looking for an answer. You are just asking for help. So they look like questions. So when you make a request into reported speech, you have to use asked and the structure of the command. Another thing that you have to pay attention to is that time and place also change. So you have now changes to then, here, there, today, that day, tomorrow, the following, or the next. And that's all.